sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
We ahead, man. Whole new situation, whole new room, same situation at the same time, but we are in the situation room as usual. I am Sippin with Sammie, Barstool, Rug, Sam Malone. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your blank life together. You know what I mean? But I got the family in here with me, man. I got Irv in the situation room with me. Irv, say what up.
Hey, what's going on, Irv the Villain? You already know what time it is.
My God. You know what I mean? Tifa's in here with us, man.
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Tifa's Maximus did his thing on the stage last night. You know what I mean? As did Irv. I actually missed Irv's performance trying to coordinate this. So I apologize. But it was a great night last night. Shout out to everybody that came through the fire last night.
Yeah, that was a dope welcome. That was the welcome home THE party. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was gone for a little bit, so you know what I mean? Everybody came out. It was dope.
It was a good night. They had good jerky and everything.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Eyes on the jerky. He's doing new endeavors, so you know what I mean?
I hollered at him for a minute, man. He was excited, and that's dope to see.
Yeah. He's
you know what I mean?
About it.
Yeah, and the habanero, yeah, I'm with that all day in the hood, man. The jerk was all right, but the habanero, I got a little kickback to my kickback when I was kicking back.
Yeah.
It was working for me. But we got a special guest, you know what I mean, family to us. But my guy Chris Cotton is in here, man.
What's good, man? What's up, man? How y'all feeling?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm chilling, man. I'm good.
Matter of fact, I saw you, where was that, OLF podcast?
Out of Left Field podcast. Check it out.
100th episode yesterday.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
Shout out to them brothers, man. It's a dope situation. I like what they did yesterday. I think that's necessary sometimes.
Man, they had a live podcast at the barn right there on 49th and Caffrey.
Oh, I like that spot.
Yeah, no, we was in a bar, and it was an open bar, and it was free food. And when I say open bar, I was drinking Remy and Sour Monkeys.
Oh, yeah, doing it.
It was an open bar.
Yeah, it was lit.
That was a real one.
Sound on point.
I was drinking a little bit.
Chris took full advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I very rarely get to drink for real because I'm always driving somewhere. I always got like 50 places to be. And that night, I ain't had nowhere to go after. So I was like,
but
I ain't driving, so I'm going to go.
What's dope about it is I was chopping it with Chris off and on. When I first walked in, he was the first person that noticed I was dead. He walked dead up to me, hugged me, you know what I mean? And then a couple minutes later, I'm like, come here, let me holler at you. And I'm talking to him about a couple things, and he like, yeah, I've been knowing them my whole life, blah, blah, blah.
That's family, man.
I'm like, well, that's my folk, and I just met them, and they good folk, because they was all at the Sippin video shoot.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
yeah.
Small world.
Right. So I'm like, they show love. And then he said, yeah, so since I knew them for a while, I usually don't turn up and really drink that much, but when I'm around them, they understand me. So he started giving me this speech. And you know I'm sipping with Sammie. You can't disclaim drinking with me. So I'm like, all right, cool. So the rest of the night, I watch him when he grabbed the microphone. I watch him when he walked to the bar.
Seen the train.
My man had a ball yesterday.
I can drink. That's the thing. Because people don't never see me drinking. But I can drink. Right? I can drink. Right. I'm a big dude. I can drink. Yeah, I can hang.
He said he can sit with Sammie.
Yeah, I can really. I've drunk, and many people think they can drink under the table in my heyday. Right now, I'm not in my heyday.
Yeah, it's over.
But I still can drink. You know?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel the same.
Got it under control.
I'm still good.
Like I can still do it, but I ain't competing. Like you can chalk it. Bet on what? I still play beer pong though. I'm into that.
That's fun.
I'm a ponger. I'm really good at it.
Dog, I used to drink with bartenders when the bar closed. I was one of those people.
No, that's
I
me.
was cool.
No, we closed the bar.
Yeah, I didn't close the bar. The bar would be closed, and then we started drinking.
No, that's the twist. They pull the shades, they lock the doors, and they turn off the backlights, and we in there till 4.
I used to be infamous.
I'm one of them boys.
I was. I think I met Teeth there at the Raven Lounge. Did I meet you there at the Raven Lounge, or I just met you in life?
I remember where I first met you at, because I definitely remember the 3G time and getting there, but I don't.
We probably just bumped into each other.
It's either the Raven Lounge or 3G, one or the other.
It was probably
that era.
But I used to be out, right? And at the Raven, the bartenders there back in the day, back in the dive bars back in the day, all the bartenders drunk. They used to drink.
Yeah, that was the thing.
And I used
You
to
would
go
buy you a
through-
drink, buy them a drink.
Well, the thing
not
is,
you, but-
I used to work there technically. I'm still an unofficial.
The honorary employee?
Yeah, I'm an honorary
Okay.
employee of the Raven.
What you, a bar back?
No, what happened was I started running comedy shows out of there, and I made the bar so much money
Word.
that the owner was like, "We're never like he never."
Oh, you're
What
Jersey
is it?
in the rafters.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. He know because remember that bar used to look a lot different.
Yeah, it did.
The Raven used to look a lot different.
Oh, you turned it up.
That Thursday night
He brought a
spit
lot
that
of
whole.
He brought
Yeah.
a lot of attention.
That's
over
dope.
there. I
Yeah,
can
so
dope.
yeah.
so now
like that.
me and the owner, we like fam, but I'm probably one of the few people who in the owner behind the bar be like, yo, let me get 7 shots. He won't even ask me who they for. He just give me 7 shots or whatever I ask for.
Word. No.
Like, it's weird because I'm the only person who really I come in there other than him, and it's a few people who got that. But I'm kind of like I'm my Jersey retired there.
But let's be clear, not to get it confused, because a lot of people think that sounds facetious. That's a form of appreciation.
yeah, that's
You
all
see what
it
I'm
is.
saying?
That's all it is.
Like
Look,
that's a thing from the trade. A lot of people don't participate, so they looking at it like he won 7. No, like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, whatever you could do me, I appreciate. Just because you showing me you appreciate, I don't expect to walk in here and you just hand me a check
Yeah,
every
like
time.
them couple
Like,
splashes
you know what I
ain't
mean?
nothing. You know
Yeah,
what
and I
In
mean,
comparison
all-
to-
Balance out for both of us, because we both gonna have a good night tonight. Because I got the folk coming and we gonna be good.
It definitely balanced out for the owner because you could, if you Google if you go in there and check out a lot of videos I'm in. To this day, I got a Raven Lounge T-shirt on. Even when I did some stuff with Comedy Central, I'm sitting on there with in a sketch with a Raven Lounge T-shirt.
You know what's
on.
funny?
Like that's how much love I've been
Last
showing them
night,
forever.
You know, I had Poe with me last night. I told Poe, I said, I've been slipping. Chris Cotton told me to get him a T-shirt a long time ago, and he'll rock it. And I said, out of everybody that say that, I actually see him doing that. Like, I don't even know these people, but I know he knows these people that he's wearing.
Yeah, like this.
Like,
is
it's not a trendy thing.
Right now, I'm wearing this dope shirt. My wife is L by L. She do these. I don't wear nothing unless I. Every now and then, you might catch me with
Unify
something
hat.
on.
Everything's
I got a Unify hat
salute to the
on.
Unify
I
barbers.
got a Unify hat on. That's Aziz and them. You know what I mean?
Good
Unify.
dudes, man.
And I got this dope shirt. That's my wife's company. I don't wear nothing unless somebody I know made it.
Okay.
Not
And
on
I
my
think
top
that's
hat.
awesome. And I can't say that yet, but I'm getting closer to it. A lot of my wardrobe is from people that I'm directly connected to.
Mm-hmm.
And I just ordered some more stuff yesterday. I gotta stop. But I gotta support mine, and I like to see growth, and I feel like I'm a part of that. Even if I only spent $50 with you.
No, dude,
I
it's
feel like
good.
I'm a part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's us.
As we should.
I like to
especially
see the win.
As black folk, I feel like we should buy stuff from each other and wear each other's stuff because there's no reason not to.
And mind you, I ain't gonna buy it just because you folk. It gotta be dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
like
I grabbed it,
cool
it was
stuff.
fly.
You see, I wear this hoodie like
Well,
almost every day. This is my man's. He made this joint, custom joint.
Salute.
T-shirt shop.
Rest in
And it's
peace.
a black-owned business. I feel comfortable and confident wearing this joint when I'm walking
Absolutely, man. We
I'm all about
talking
supporting
art
community.
history. What we
around.
talking
No,
about?
this is PKG.
That's
Philly Kid
PKG?
Graphics. Yeah, Philly Kid
Salute to
Graphics.
PKG, because I see that all the time.
Yeah, he
dope.
be around,
All the
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
And that's a dope look. It's a good graphic on it, and it feels good.
Man.
You know what I mean? That's the thing about wearing people that you know and representing things that you into more so than these letters that everybody cares about and that they
Yeah.
want to boycott that we're not going to get into. It feels good to wear things that you know what they represent, you know where they come from,
yeah.
and it feels like you. Like when I wear Dope Tribe or What Up African or whatever they call it at the time, because you know I think he's on Dope Tribe Worldwide now.
Yeah.
But like when it says hella black, hella proud, everybody I walk past reads my T-shirt and they see that. You know what I mean? And you see it in their face. You get comments on it. They want to know where to get it. Some people might not want to talk to you because you got it on. But you know what? I don't want to talk to y'all neither. So this T-shirt did me a favor.
Yeah.
I like that.
I can't even say. I can't say when. Well, yes, I can. I think it's gonna be out before the end of this week. Yeah. I can say when. The 21st. John came out for me with Comedy Central's new set I'm doing, and in the set, right, I generally don't put these two things together because in the new set I'm doing, I talk about like gentrification, and this is comedy set. I talk about gentrification, talk about the president a little bit. I talk about a few other things, and like the DNA testing they doing and all that stuff, right? About those three things. And on that set, I got another shirt that say black on it, but the A is replaced with the Africa sign. I generally don't wear that shirt when I'm doing that set because then it just make me look militant. Yeah. But I was doing a taping for Constitution. They was like, just wear something. If it got logos, it can be. I was like, can I wear this shirt? And it's like, they can't. Just alone, their white guilt alone would not allow them to say no.
Right. I'll be like, yeah.
I brought another backup shirt. It's just black. It ain't got no words on it. Like, you could wear that if you want. It was like one of those things. Like they could not say yes. Right? And then they heard my set, and I know they were just wiping their face like it's funny, but the crowd that night. There was moments where things I said where you just saw people just feel sad in their face. They was happy. They laughed afterwards, but they was like, "Yeah, we did that."
Now, you know what? I just realized something. We're assuming that the crowd knows who Chris Cotton is. He's just randomly talking about these things that are larger than life for a lot of people. And I don't even know if they perceive that they are. Tell them who you are, what you do, and how you got the way you at, man.
All right. I'm Chris Cotton. I'm a comedian. I'm from South Philly, born and raised all day. But I was just I did a year of doing stuff with Comedy Central. I'm in over 100 videos with
Congratulations.
them. Yeah, thank you. And it's like you can go on YouTube and all that. You can Google me. There's a lot of stuff going to pop up.
Google me, snitch.
Other than that, I've just been doing comedy. I'm a writer. That's what I pride myself in. I'm a writer and I'm a show creator. That's what I do. I create TV shows and all that stuff. Still trying to sell some, but it is what it is. That's going to be the hardest endeavor. I'm still a little young though, so I got some time.
All right. So one thing I like, just an honest question. You've been doing this for a minute, and now you're at that level, and I'm sure that feels great. But what really made you want to? So I'm assuming you always just generally been funny, had a sense of humor. You know how to get to that part of people. What made you want to say, "I'm gonna get up on the stage and start doing this"?
Well, two things. First thing is my reason why I even started telling jokes in general, for real, like for real, just focusing on jokes and not just being funny. Because being funny is it is what it is. You funny, you funny. You know, funny people left and right. But I started telling jokes. Basically, my mom liked to laugh. My mom was sick. She had multiple sclerosis. And she liked to laugh. And my dad always made her laugh. But it was times where, we might have to go, to the hospital or something. And my dad at that moment didn't feel like making everybody laugh. He wasn't in that mood. He was trying, but he couldn't conjure it up. So I'm the youngest son, and I'm sitting there if I could just learn how to make everybody laugh whenever I wanted to, it made everybody feel better. So I was like, all right, cool. So I just started slowly over time as a kid just trying to make my family laugh. And I couldn't curse, you know what I mean, with my pops. So I had to figure out how could I be funny.
Respect still existed in those days, kids.
You know what I mean? So I had to figure that out. So, I mean, after that, I just basically, what made me say, let me get on stage and do it, I hated working for other people. I never did. I was like, if I'm going to make money, if I'm going to put in the work, if I'm going to put in 15 years anywhere or 20 years somewhere, I don't want to retire and hope somebody give me my money.
Yeah,
which is a dope outlook.
You know
a dope outlook, and it's necessary to be able to do the things that you've done to have that outlook, because it takes perseverance, it takes struggle, it takes sacrifice to get there, and you have to know that this is ultimately for what my greater good is and not somebody else's.
Man, I just want to make sure I did something that hopefully I can invest in myself enough to give something to my kids one day, man.
Dope.
In this business, it is hard to figure that out, but I've structured a lot of things around myself to do that. You know, I mean, we'll talk about that more as the show goes on.
But we'll be right back in a minute, man. More of this to come, man. We still got Chris Cotton. We still situated in a different situation, but the same situation. Teeth and Herb are hilarious. It's crazy. But we still got Chris Cotton in. Herb is still in here.
Yes, I am.
Teeth is still in here. We still got Chris Cotton in, like I said before. But before we get too far off track, you got something big coming up in the city soon, man. Punchline, right?
Yeah, I'm at the Punchline. Me and my man Ali Sadiq, right? I don't know if you know Ali Sadiq.
I do. Very.
Are you a fan?
Yes. Very.
Yo, he a beast, right? Let me tell you, it's crazy situation with him. Literally, I got called last minute, this time last year. I got called last minute. It was like, Chris, we ain't got no feature for some comic this here. This at the Punchline. I'm talking about Thursday already happened. The week starts Thursday through Saturday. Mm-hmm. They hit me up Friday night. Thursday night. I'm out. I'm at the Raven. I'm already drinking. Right? So
My man.
They like, yo, can you come tomorrow for the rest of the weekend? in feature, I'm like, I don't really, and they know this at this point. I don't really feature for somebody unless I like them.
Okay.
And I'm poor. I'm still poor. I'm definitely, to this day, I'm not rich at all, just so y'all know.
This
I'm
goes
like,
back
okay
to that South
best.
Philly solid thing.
Yeah,
But go
yeah.
ahead.
I'm like, unless I really want to at this point, though, I'm not going to just show up on your show.
Right.
Last feature I did before that was Dion Cole. I opened for
I like
people
Dion
too.
a lot.
Dion is a good dude. I'm glad I did that weekend. He taught me a lot.
I like Dion a
just
lot.
Not even on stage, off stage. Me and him had some great conversations.
Dope.
But so they say it's for some dude named Ali Sadiq. I don't know him. Little I know, this dude's like a legend down south. They love like Midwest over. He that dude. I didn't know this. Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he's a funny dude, man.
Yeah, it's not even just funny. Like respect wise, he that dude. I didn't know this, though, of course. So I'm like, I Google him. I'm like, he black. I kind of like what he represents. I'll come do it. This is facts.
I'll grace them.
I'll come do it, right? She's like, cool, thank you. See you tomorrow. So I come in. I'm sitting in the green room already. He come walking in. No lie. He looked at me. I look at him. We just like, yo, what's up? I'm like, I'm Chris. I'm featuring for you tonight. I'm like, where you from? He didn't even sit down yet. Where you from? I'm Houston. I'm like, you from Houston? Where in Houston? He said, I'm a spot called the SWAT.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I'm from South Philly. I'm like, oh, all right. Then we start talking. He come in. Man, we basically just same dude from two different places.
Right.
And I'm like, we start yapping. We start chilling. That's my man now. Now I'm like, so now I'm doing a whole bunch of dates with him.
Dope.
This is the first one. It's going to be basically me and him hitting them. And this is going to be fun, man, because I do my short stories. You do his long stories. And we going to chop it up. And it's going to be fun, man. We both
I do my short stories. He do his long stories. That's funny.
That's literally, that's really, his stories is beastly, because I'm watching him work.
No, I seen him. Yeah.
Dude, I very rarely go up on stage and enjoy. Like, the reason why I don't open for everybody, because some people get their feelings hurt, right? You go up there, and I'm a closer. In the day, I'm a closer. I do what I do. I go up there, I
We'll
close
talk
the
about
show.
that part. Yeah,
you know what I
go
mean?
ahead.
But I go up, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm snapping, and I'm home. When I'm home, even if I try to hold back, I'm gonna get super comfortable. They just they just understand everything I'm saying.
But this is the weird thing about that. Are you expected to hold back? Like DJs had this thing where if you're an opening DJ, you can't play the hits because the closing DJ has the rights to that. Are you supposed to hold back your funny?
Nah, but I will say this. I've learned this because I'm just a little bit more polished in the business. If I don't like you, it's a different way of attack, right? If I don't like you,
Yes! Let's go, Chris!
if I don't like you, I go up there and I spaz. I do everything. And if I know your
Is it
set,
obvious?
I'll cover your topics just because I don't like you. But I very rarely,
on all the other stuff.
that very rarely happens. Very rarely. That's only happened like once. Because I didn't like him and I buried him purposely.
Finish
like, real talk. But
Get over here.
Common courtesy, especially if you work with somebody and you cool with them, you try to steer clear of their major topics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now,
So that means you have to know they set. If they just came to your city and you the person that's opening when they came to your city, you don't necessarily know they set.
that's
So do you
another
steer
thing.
away from current events?
This is
in
why
general?
I like Ali. This is why I only open for certain people. If you the closer, the key to you being the closer, the headliner,
Is being
you
able to
supposed to
adjust.
have. Yeah, you supposed to. I don't adjust to you. You adjust to me.
Right.
Because you the.
I
dude.
would think that too.
Yeah, like
But it's still seen as disrespect to, I guess, people that can't adjust.
the people who trash. Yeah, they can't.
All right.
It's
No,
disrespect.
I wanted to get to the because
that's
ultimately that's what I've been asking this
That's
whole time,
facts.
bro. I'm trying to figure out where the discrepancy
Oh, dude,
comes
I
in
ain't
at.
open for nobody that's trash for real. Like, especially if I'm opening for them, like consistently.
Now, mind you, trash don't mean you're not funny.
Yeah, it
It's
just means you not-
adaptability.
yeah, you
it's
just
it's a
not-
universal funny.
Yeah, you're not
Trash mean
great.
You're not funny. Trash.
Yeah,
sound
you could
like
be funny, but you could be trash.
No, you could be funny, but funny ain't always funny.
Yeah, like you could be funny. You
I'm
just
a-
general.
If somebody
personally
could
a
trick
huge
you out your
stand-up
set,
fan.
you're not that
If
funny.
I'm home chilling, I'm throwing on stand-up comedy. That's what I do when I'm home and I'm watching anything.
Because you're big on timing. You're great with rhythms and timing. You respect people that have good
I'm
timing.
just saying, like, as a fan. You know
No,
what
but
I'm
that's
saying?
why you
Think
delve
about
into
this.
it like that.
Like
Think about
like
it.
Sam was saying, if I'm 6 years in, you 20 years in, right? If I'm 6 years in, and I can go up and I can diminish your set with my 6 year set, and you a 20 year set, dude, you trash. Yes, you trash. That's 6 years.
No, it's a fact. Like
Yeah.
comedy
that's
is
facts.
like the things in comedy is not based on stats. They're based on strict facts.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing negotiable in comedy.
Yeah.
like certain things exist, and that's why I'm asking about these things because these are fundamental things.
Dude, if that's the worst. When I used to, it was. I remember when I used to feature generally when I was coming up, I would give people rough nights because I would go up and I didn't realize it. Right, I would go up and cover a subject just better than them.
Yeah.
And they was like, this dude, how long? This is how you know you just killed it. They come up, as soon as you come up, so how long you been doing it? With their big eyes. Only 8 months?
No, they
8
didn't.
months?
No, they did.
And you're talking about the violence, like, because I never covered like stuff like, hey man, baby mamas be crazy. Like I don't have a baby mom, so I didn't have the luxury of talking about baby moms. Like I used to have to talk about stuff like the violence in the city and like
No, but when it comes to
real talk.
content, it's funny because I know a couple comedians. They pretty boys and they have pretty boy content.
Yeah.
It's about baby moms and girls and like it's literally like the same dude you see walk up there with those sneaks and his hair looking like that. That's all he gonna talk about.
Have you had somebody come at you like the way you were saying?
Oh yeah, I've been bodied before. Everybody, if you know what I mean. Like when I was coming up, and the thing is, I'm only 13 years in at this point. No, was it 12? 12 years in.
You're not gonna say only anything over 10.
Yeah, no, at that point.
I mean, in this business, that's young technically. You know what I mean? 12 is the new 5.
So
No,
what do you-
Well, it come down to what is it? Your 10,000 hours, your 100,000
I'm
hours.
well over
10,000
10,000.
hours.
And I was over 10,000 around like year 8, bro. I was.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I look at it as far as like dedication. Like I know what work ethic brings. I know what focus and drive brings when you zero in on something that you want to achieve, especially with the capabilities that we naturally just have. You know what I mean? Like things that we don't tap into until we deadlock on something that we want to do. I know how quick those things can change. I went from a bum to pretty dope in basketball overnight virtually. You know what I mean? And I tell people that about
You like
artists
my
too.
homie, man.
I
Shit,
tell
if you
people
really
that about
wanna do
artists too.
something, you
Like
gonna dig
you
in.
can't say he whack because if he take a nap and figure something out and go in the studio, he
Yeah.
might make the illest thing you ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I had a club owner who was telling me, he was like, Chris, well, we like your old stuff back. And I'm like, let this new stuff, let me work. You be a club owner. Let you own the club.
Right.
Let me be the comic. I'll be back. Every time I come back, you'll see. I just was there. I had to record something real quick. I just did the other day. He was like, oh, so Chris is back. I was like, he never left. I just had to work. Like, let me work. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
This is art.
yeah, it takes
It's art.
time.
You gotta chisel it.
And he talking about
It's a sculpture.
and you know what it is? Also, I used to hate this when I was a kid, right? At one point, this is real talk, I became on purpose a C student in the middle, like I would say 6th grade on, right? Because my dad got mad at me because I was always an A-B student, like A, mostly just straight A's. One day, my dad came home because I brought home like a C. He got mad at me. My dad's a teacher, right? He got mad at me, and he was like, Chris, you can't be bringing home C's and da-da. But for me, that was a hard work C. Like, I wasn't doing good in that class. I couldn't get it for some reason.
So you were just happy to at least have that.
I was happy to have a C, but he made me mad because he was angry at me for getting a C. And at that point, I think I took like a few days. I thought about it. I came back. I told my dad, I said, Dad, this is the situation. Sometimes when I get angry, also when my dad is different, you can't just go scream or punch your pop. So I had to
respect still existed
exactly.
back then.
But when I did get angry, I'm also a very stubborn dude. And I'll play the long game with anybody. I'm that stubborn to that point. So I said to my pop, I said,
A lot of y'all need to learn how to play the long game anyway.
oh,
but
the
go
long
ahead.
game is very important.
Bro.
I said to him, I was like, look, Dad, I'm not getting any more. I'm not being on the honor roll anymore because you made me angry. You made me mad because you made it sound like that C wasn't a deserved C. So now I will strictly get C's for the rest of my school. I said this to him.
So this is you zeroing in your energy on
Yeah.
one specific thing.
Yes.
Which is
because
crazy.
I didn't like that he was, it was like the standard was so skewed. And it was just a letter. For me, it was about learning less than a letter grade. I didn't care about letter grades. I liked learning. So the letter grade was just a projection of how much they, quote unquote, enjoyed learning. So I told him, I said, I'm still
Perspective
going
is
to know.
everything, bro.
I said, I'm still going to know the work. And the way I proved that to him was, I said, I'm not going to do any homework anymore. I'm only going to do tests and enough classwork to make sure I maintain a C. That's what I did for the rest of my time in school. And I am that stubborn of a person.
Wow.
And my dad, he respected it because he was like, well, then don't dip below a C. I said, if I'm getting C's, that means I can get an A. And I still was getting AP classes because all the teachers knew I was smart. But I just hated that, and I had to prove that point to him that don't letter grades don't mean nothing. It's all about what you gonna do. With
your stubbornness is dangerous.
It's dangerously stubborn.
It's very dangerous.
You know, like dangerously cheesy with the Cheetos.
Like if I had your determination at being stubborn, I would be afraid to have children.
Oh, dude,
I'm just saying.
I am like sitcom dad level stubborn. You know what I mean? Like, it is not good.
It's bad, yo.
But
mind you, it's also what propelled you and made you the man you are and got you to where you are.
Well, yeah, you have to know the material. I learned. I taught myself how to self-teach because there was times where I really didn't know the material in school, and I had to go home and learn it myself because I had to pass the test to keep my C. Like I still had to prove my point.
My problem in school was I always wanted to be outside. So if the weather was nice, I didn't do no homework.
Yeah.
But I was in schools where I used to test well. So I would get all A's and B's, but when I transferred to Roman, I would get A's and B's, and they would fail me just because of the homework grade. Oh. It was like a rule in the school that you could literally fail because of homework. So, like,
so you went to a good school.
Hence my ineligibility when I was hooping there for a couple years.
I was a football player. I was a football player at Bach, which is now closed. Bach had
I went to an art show there last year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's sad. They closed the whole school and made a bar there. The people, things aren't going good. Things aren't going good in South Philly. But I used to go there, and I was a football player. I played both ways. I started on both sides of the ball.
Right.
I passed every class. There's no way you don't pass when you're a starting nose guard and center. You don't not pass. Undefeated every year.
The thing with me, we was number 6 in the nation. So they had better players to worry about than me. I wasn't the guy. I never said I was the bull.
You can get away with some class work.
I got a jersey.
You can get away with some class work, but you had to do your homework.
My jersey back. But we be back in a second, man. We gonna cut out a little early, man. Give y'all a little bit more, man. Right back with Chris Cotton. Yeah. We still in, man, with Chris Cotton.
Yes.
T.
You.
Chris Cotton.
Yeah.
K-Lady. Shane in the cave tonight, man. She got a brighter smile today, but y'all can't see it because y'all never see K. And we going to keep it like that till y'all come up into one of our live situations. Probably might involve Chris Cotton based on what I just heard.
Oh, I love a live situation.
You know what I mean? We might have to get real remote on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we ain't doing remote. We doing console controlling. You know what I mean? Because they got the toggle button. You go anywhere you want. Like, you know what I mean? It's deeper than that. Because that's what we can do. We control our destiny. We control our situation, which is a lot of what we've been talking to Chris Cotton about and about his journey and what are the things that build him to make it to where he's at now. And a lot of those things weren't things that – there's some things that were intentional and there's a lot of things that were coincidental, but everything came out in a way that led to the great Chris Cotton that we have today, right?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
That's what the people need to know. Like, it's not, we can't figure it all out. You can't plan your life at 8 years old.
This ain't, well, I thought I could.
You can try, but it's not going to.
It definitely don't work out.
The blessings sometimes come through the nonsense. They that's the part we don't prepare ourselves for.
They're going to come how they come, man. Things switch up. And I love it. Like, I was blessed to be able to do a few things with, like, Comedy Central for, like I said, I was there for a year doing a lot of work with them directly. Like, to be able to go in there and not just create content. Like, there's a lot of comics who create content with them, but it ain't a lot who can say, yeah, I done sat through. And it's not the fun stuff. This is where I appreciated, out of being in that situation, the most stuff I appreciated the most was actually being brought into the company and learning a whole bunch of stuff that I thought I knew. Now I definitely know it.
I was about to say,
like,
I had a feeling you were going to say the learning part.
Yeah, like, I love the learning part because you go in there and you got to go to research meetings. You got to go to just meetings about, like, what we're going to put out next. You understand how they, like, slated stuff out. Like, it's stuff that I recorded that still didn't come out, that slated to come out and you know what I mean, in the near future.
Which helps you build your content too when
Yeah.
you're writing content, because now you know the direction and you know how it goes through the process.
And you don't take so many things personal as an artist sometimes. Like sometimes you might say to somebody, man, how come they didn't pick this person for this? Or how come they didn't pick me? Exactly.
Right.
Sometimes you just don't fit the situation.
Right.
You might be dope, but that
that's
don't
a
mean
fact.
you ain't for that, you know?
What do you think? Do you think it's something specific that you did to get you in that position, or you think it was your constant work ethic?
You know what's crazy? It was definitely something specific. My constant work ethic is what led them to make a decision so easily.
Okay.
So when they looked at my backlog, they was like, this dude been working. But when I showed up, I'm going to keep it G with you, man. For years, I used to kind of dance around the fact that I was from Philly. I say I'm from Philly. You know what I mean? I used to keep it real general. I used to do it like I was proud to be a Philadelphian. But when things I knew was going to turn.
So long, you forgot how to say it.
I know. When I got really proud about it and was like, no, I'm not a Philadelphian. I'm from South Philly. And I knew that the second I did that, things would start taking its course.
Okay.
It just was something that I always believed since I started my career.
Why?
It was just, and this is where it comes down to kind of the spiritual side of it. Like when I was praying about it, Lord was like, if you just rep where you from for real, that's when you gonna be ready. It was almost on some Simba tip.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
I love the hip hop generation. My man said when I was praying and it said, if you rep where you from for real, in a prayer herb.
Dog, when I talk
I love y'all.
Yo, when I talk to God, I don't be talking to him like, listen.
No, you supposed to talk to God
him
as
like
you.
He know you, bro.
Right.
People be trying to talk to him like, how you gonna switch up on God like he ain't see you the other day?
Talking about.
Yeah, like he seen you the other day when you was at the club with the joint. Now you're not at the club with the joint. You think you gonna be cool?
Yo, sometimes I start off prayer like, look, man, you already know what happened.
Like straight up, right?
Look, this is what I need.
Exactly.
Look, dog.
There's been so many times I just be like, listen, you know what
It is
happened
what it
was,
is. Now, when you say it is what it is to God, you know you messed up. Look, it is what it is.
What had happened is dancing. You dancing around God, Herb. Stop it, yo.
He knows, man. He knows. So
Herb is crazy.
You know what I mean? but in that, it was like that was a big thing for me. It was like I was scared that when I first started, I didn't want to rep South Philly. So I was ready to take that on my shoulders. Yeah. South Philly is a hard part of the city. You know what I mean? It's the most blue collar. I always say it's one of the most blue collar parts of the city, full of black folk.
Yeah.
It is so mixed. It's also so segregated still to this day. Even though it's mixing up a little bit more, it look better. It's like a mixed shake, but it's still got that division in it, though. You still can see the chocolate and the vanilla.
There's still that organization down there that we will not speak on.
Yeah, always, man. But
and I don't mean one organization. I mean they're organized by a certain thing.
Dude, the whole city, the whole South Philly is very organized,
It's a role
bro.
you have to play by all counts down
there. And the one good thing being from South Philly, though, is I tell you one thing: the cops just don't roll. If they're gonna pull you over, the one thing you ain't got to worry about, they might punch you in the face, but they're not going to shoot you because they don't know who you might be.
You know,
that's
crazy.
fact.
I was just about to say, last time I got pulled over down there, they was trying to beat me up.
Yeah, they'll punch you in the face. They won't shoot you, though.
Yeah.
They'll pull a gun out. You want to know what was real? I don't talk about it on stage. Only got a gun put on me 3 times by 3 different cops in my whole life. I've never had a gun put on me.
Philadelphia.
I've never had a gun put on me from nobody from the hood. Like, nobody robbed me, none of that. Like, I've always
It's crazy that you had to say only.
Only, yeah. That's sad.
No,
only.
Hold on.
I did
the
say it with
perception,
confidence.
the
That's
perception
I got
of Philly.
about 4 or 5. Hey, wait.
But listen though, the perception of Philly dudes, black guys, is that we've all been either shot or stabbed. And that's not just from outside of the city. That's inside of the city. They be like, everybody been shot before. Like, no!
No, everybody don't
like,
just be
no! Like, y'all surviving 9? I don't got one enemy. I'm chilling.
Dog, I was talking to a comic. I was talking to Ali. This is from Ali. Right? He was saying he did a show in Camden, right? This was years ago. He said he's doing a show in Camden. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing a show. And it wasn't just one dude that survived the gunshot to the head. It was like 3.
Yeah.
And my man, he just happened to walk in, my homie Monroe Martin, right? He also from Philly, but he bounced around. He's a foster kid, so he bounced around a little bit. But he was talking. I was like, yo, he happened to walk in right at that moment. Yo, Ro. I was like, is it uncommon for dudes from Camden to have gunshots to the head? He's like, no. He said, everybody got a gunshot to the head in Camden. On cue. No, I mean, we was joking, but I mean, it ain't that uncommon.
And
though,
mind you,
like
it's an exaggeration, but it's so common that it's like almost true. And that's scary.
It's at least 1%, which is terrifying. For gunshot victims to the head, for you to say it's at a solid 1%.
If you in a room that holds
bad.
150 and there's 3 gunshot head wound victims in there, that's more than 1%. This is what I'm saying. Like,
that's not good.
That's
facts.
Mind you, I've been to a Camden funeral before. Anybody ever been to a Camden funeral?
No.
Yeah.
They have mandatory security that has to be at these pups. Everybody that walked in there was nice out. So everybody that walked in there was a male. 50% of them had on ball shorts and flip-flops.
Oh, man.
People was taking selfies at the casket, I swear. Bro, it was like a different type of event. Like
this is how it
like
be.
Camden is Camden.
The hood is crazy, bro. When you grow up in there, I don't even go to funerals no more. It's a lot to
We
get me to
all
go to
got
funerals.
PTSD,
Dog,
bro.
it's not good. We not doing good.
We all need help, yo. Like, awesome.
That's why we give our hugs. When we say when that's why most people in Philly, you don't say bye, you say be safe.
Be safe. I was just about to say that.
Be good.
I was just about to say.
Be great. Anything
fact
that's
that you
be.
think you can't say goodbye to somebody without telling them to be safe is post-traumatic stress disease.
Yeah, be safe out there.
And that's the representation in itself.
I don't know why you got to whisper, be safe out there.
Be safe.
Be safe, be good.
But you know what I do appreciate, man? There's a lot more of us calling each other brother. There's a lot more of us openly saying I love you, but when we disconnect.
Yeah, I've been doing that recently with my homies a little more, man. I
that.
feel good about that.
And I think that that's more like where we need to be headed, because the toxic masculinity, as they said, left a lot of people out there that weren't getting the attention and the affection and the love that they needed from their people. You know what I mean? So I think that's a dope thing that we coming around to. But as I always say about this time, we be back. Thou art back.
Thou art back.
Thou art back indeed.
I like that. Yeah.
Hey, man, long as Irv like it, I love it, man. That's my guy. Look, thumbs up and all.
Super smile.
Irv's timing is impeccable all the time, yo. He gave the thumbs up and the smile after.
Yo, Irv, how I feel rocking with the squad last night?
Yo, that was amazing.
Because that was a while since
years.
I seen everybody. I was thinking about that last night. It's been since the show that Rich was headlining at the fire. That's the last time I seen all them people there.
Yeah.
At the fire and that particular group of people, and I could feel the energy in the room.
felt like
you know
Good job last night, fellas, man. That was a good event.
I'm just a player in the game. You know what I mean?
If I would have known, I would have slid through. I actually just went to my cousin's crib and fell asleep on the couch. I would have definitely slid through.
No, but I wasn't, because I came out. I was in the back and I heard your voice. I was like, oh, Irv's on now. So I came out the back and I saw you up there, but y'all just seemed like y'all was in your bag. Like, that's what I saw.
Yeah,
it was like that.
It was like that. It was fun, man. It was a mixture of Ghost Gang and Corfu up there.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? It was awesome. Like, and it's been years, especially like for me, because I've been gone.
Yeah. You was gone.
So, you know what I mean? I used to talk about these days, moments like that, when I was living in Florida for 2 years.
Yeah.
The whole time I was there, I would meet cats in hip-hop circles and stuff, and I was always referring back to, yo, I wish y'all could meet my guys, man.
Yeah.
These dudes, like, you don't even understand. You know what I mean?
What part of Florida was you in?
I was in Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater. I got a fam in St. Pete.
For real?
Yeah,
I
the
pray for
Cottons.
them.
The Cottons. Yeah, they St. Pete.
Yo, no, St. Pete is, look, man.
It's a little hood.
I couldn't do
I ain't
it.
never been there.
Nah, I have. And let
I
me
heard
tell
it's a
you.
little hood. My fam tough though, bro. That kind. We not as deep as we used to be.
Oh, yeah.
But we aggressive.
No, I understand. I can dig it. I can read it.
We all right.
Yeah, we out.
I mean, if I see one pop up, I know I'm safe. You know you safe. If a cotton in the building and you know him, you good.
Yeah.
Real talk, in South Philly, we good too. We actually a family. I ain't know that though. Like I ain't know that we was one of the. We like you know how you got the Bays is the Muslim family.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the Cottons was like the Christian.
My guy Staffa Bay, man.
I'm cool. We cool with the Bays. Like we grew up around that. We grew up in the same hood. But I didn't know the Cottons was like a family.
That's
Like
wild. Yeah.
I didn't know that though, cause my family we the Christian family though, cause my pop was my pop is a preacher. I was. My grandpa was a deacon. But we like the non-dirty Christian family. You know how you got the dirty Christian family? That's the one where they got the nice cars. We was the broke Christian family. You know?
That was real.
We the one that love Jesus.
No, there's a difference.
In order to be the clean Christian family, you got to be broke.
Well, the thing is, if you really, the thing is, if your pastor got money, he might not be the best dude in the world. You know what I mean? Unless he getting it from his regular job.
Well, I mean, if he buying his wife a Ferrari truck because
Oh
God,
no! See now, See that I can't. You know what's bad? I'm a small church dude too. So whenever you talk big churches to me, I get real uncomfortable.
I don't like rocking with the big joints,
The
man.
big church
I
is
don't-
creepy, bro.
It's not I'm
don't
not
know.
feeling it. I like the round the way. It's kind of hot
Yeah.
here because it's
Yeah.
summertime. Like
I like
that.
when the pastor actually knows me.
Yeah, and
you can talk to him
and
when
plus,
the sermon's over.
Like I
You
like
can
the
actually go
feeling.
talk to him.
I like
He
the
ain't got a
feeling
bodyguard.
that if I don't give up nothing for offering, the lights really will be off. Like you know what I mean? Like that's how you know you at a church that's legit. Where it's like, look, we got a leak, so y'all got to step it up $10 this week because we got to get rid of this leak. Yeah, my cousin here, he got the stuff in the back outside now. We gonna do the work. You know what's funny? When you get somebody to do the work, you're like, we owe him, no. Look, we did the work. We owe this brother, y'all. We got to pay him. Now, he did it because it's the church, but we...
See, and I, for the sake of my weekend employment, I cannot comment on this subject.
You work at a mega church?
It sounds like you commenting on it.
Yeah, I'm a church musician.
No, that's cool. That's
so
good.
Actually, I play it at a church.
Yeah, I know a lot of church musicians, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny? The church musician, they can either be one of the best people or one of the worst people at the church because they don't be caring.
Bruh.
Yeah.
They don't be
It's
caring.
wild.
I do Christian comedy, too, just so you know.
Oh,
So I know all the...
Word, I can dig it.
No, they the one. I never covered that. I be trying to. I didn't start revealing the church musicians. Yeah, I should do a whole set on
We're
that.
gonna start checking.
Please do a
I
set
could do
on
a
church
five. I could do
musicians.
5 on
Start
church.
checking
musicians.
church musicians' Facebook pages. See what
Oh
they
man, they are awful.
No, but I do hear that it's a super big market for Christian comedy.
It is. But the only thing is, it's just like, all right, I was into that world, and I love doing Christian comedy, but I don't like doing it the formal way of like, because it's trash a little bit. You go down there, they just as bad as like if you would go like if you're a country star, or you that specific of a thing. They got a real tight clique, and you got to get in. And when you get in there, they frauds. A lot of them is frauds, dude. Like no
You mean
disrespect.
comics?
Yeah, a lot of the comics be frauding because they got to live this quote-unquote lifestyle that looks a certain way to get inside that real, like, that's why I'm not in that circuit heavy. Because I started dipping into that, and they was like, I'm funny enough. It ain't got nothing to do with funny. It got everything to do with portrayal and what your role look like and how you can be perceived by
it's a lot more
by
to
the public.
represent.
It's awful.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't want nothing to do with it, bro. But they funny. I mean, it's some good dudes there. There's also some dudes who just frauding. Like, they the worst dudes. They got like 5 families in every city, just like anybody else. You know what I mean?
Just like anybody else.
Well, just like
Black men don't cheat.
I didn't say they was black. I said they just comics.
I was listen, I can't vouch for everybody. I
Don't
got
see
stand up
color.
on my side. I was just saying, you know what I mean? Black
That's
men
funny.
don't cheat. Sheesh.
Yo, what was your favorite event that you performed at?
My favorite event, man. This is going to sound crazy, man. It's probably it was a that I can think of in recent history. It's a toss up between 2. First one, I would say the first one was Laugh House when they was going out of
I
business.
missed that spot.
It was a night where it was basically like everybody came by and did like 5 from the club if you can get up on it. It was a tight list. I'm talking about it was over like 100 comedians in
You
there.
talking about
This is
it
when
was
everybody
lining
knew
up.
it was close.
Yeah, when it was the last
Oh
show.
yeah, that joint was packed.
The last show.
I know exactly the time.
I was there, and I was in there. I came late and everything, and they was like, throw Chris up. And I felt very good because I was legit like a regular there. Like I used to almost live in that building. You know what I mean? Like it was time when my mom was passing away. I was in there more than I was home because they was forcing me to get on stage because I didn't want to get on stage. And so I looked at that place like it was like definitely
That's
my
a
home club.
sanctuary then.
Yeah, and definitely was. And that show was dope because it started for me the same way it ended. And the first time I got on stage, I got heckled hard, and I ended up just coming at the person.
You
busting,
got
shutting
Philly
them down.
heckled?
I got Philly. Last time I got on stage, nobody else got heckled. I go up. I was having a good set too. Some lady, just got up and started heckling me.
Just started going in.
And literally I demolished her without flinching. And then she sat down because she got like right in my face.
Oh, she
like,
came up to the
She
stage.
was in the front row. She stood up right in my face and just screaming something.
Yo.
And I didn't even flinch. I just started smashing her.
She forgot you was Chrissy from the block.
Man, and at that moment, I was so emotional to her. She didn't even know it. So,
Right.
and then she sat down, and I was like, you know something, man? And I said it to the crowd. I said, y'all don't get how much, this is exactly how I started, though. Here, it was the first time I got on stage, I got heckled. And it was the last time I'm on stage here, and I got heckled. And I said, if I knew how to cry, I would, because I'm really not good at crying. I don't cry. I want to, though. I just can't do it. I'm trying. I am trying, bro.
You backed up.
I am. All mine is back. But I said that, like, I said, this is how it ended. And I was like, I wish I could. This is great. And I was happy. The second one is, the other, like, a few months ago, they had this show. It was an open mic, and one of the comics put together. It was called Black by Popular Demand. And it was all black comics on it. Young kids at, like, open mic. And it was just fun. I haven't had that much fun since the Laugh House days. So it was great just watching it. So that was a great show. That was two of the best shows.
Well, speaking of shows, and since we about to wrap up our time with Chris, let them know where you at, where to find you, where the show is, because we gonna be in the building. So we'll
listen,
punchlining.
I'll be back and forth in Philly a lot, just popping up on random fires. But the punchline is March 28th through February 2nd. That's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. On Thursday, it's one show at 8 o'clock. On Friday and Saturday, it's a show at 7:30 and 9:45. Now, listen, man, if we sell all three of those joints, all five of them out, then you got to add some shows. It is what it is. We got to add shows, and sometimes that happens.
So let's sell them all out.
Let's make that happen, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, Ali Sadiq is a great dude. He's real funny, real down to earth, tell great stories. And you going to hear me go up there, and I'm going to just be reckless, and I'm going to tell my stories the way I do about all this South Philly living and just in general Philly stuff. And it's going to be great, man.
Dope. So, social media?
Oh, at Cotton215. Cotton, COTTON 215. That's on everything. So, if you even want to find me on Facebook, if you put that in, you'll find me. You know what I mean?
Word. Well, we appreciate you coming back, man. And we
this
definitely
great.
Wish you the best with all of these. We excited for you.
And I am. It's interesting because, like, I met you years ago, and everybody's doing their different thing in this entertainment business. Just kind of funny. Like, now we're back here doing this radio joint, and we was down the way trying to put these shows together back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud to see you. I'm turning on TV like, oh, he on TV. Like, oh snap! You know what I mean? I didn't even know. You know what I mean? So like, respect to you, and I hope you keep doing even better. You know what I mean?
Man,
dope people and hardworking people should always reconnect. You know what I mean? Like, if you know each other, then it should be this way.
But it just happens because those who are doing the work, you'll see each other later on.
Can't
like,
miss
you
them.
still in the game,
Can't
you
miss
still
them.
in the game.
What'd you say when
Everybody
I saw you
else
yesterday?
they'll fall out.
Keep
They'll
seeing you everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Yeah, if I tell anybody, if I see you and where I'm at, that means you're doing something right. Because I don't think I'm doing nothing wrong at the time.
Word.
I mean, unless I'm somewhere where I'm wrong, then we didn't see each other at all.
Exactly. But no, man, Irv, you know what you gotta tell them.
Fight the Good Fight, the EP out now. Check it out, irvthevillain.bandcamp.com. Also hit me up on Facebook. And if you need sessions, $30 a session, as I am an intern, come check me out at Mars the House Recordings.
He's getting better. You see that?
That was a solid pitch, my bro.
I'm a walking public service announcement.
I'm trying to make you that. See, what you got for him?
On the 22nd, I'm going to be at the Barbary performing. Irv, I might want to do the new song we got, bro.
Free beer passes.
I got the beer coupons. Holla at me.
Oh, that's dope.
Latifius Maximus III on Facebook.
And what's the date again?
That's the 22nd.
Cool.
So it's coming up. You know what I mean? And
I'm with it.
it's a dope show. Shout out to AAA for putting me on last time we had a show there. You was there. You there.
Yeah.
I had a
Last
ball.
June, you know what I mean? It was a good time. So I'm looking forward to the same thing. You know what I mean? Dope. This is gonna be strictly hip hop though. I don't think he's gonna have the Michael Jackson ball there this time. That was funky though. I wasn't expecting that.
The boy,
He had
as
an
Mike as he
impersonator.
wanted to be.
Man, shout out to my boy Ricky, man.
Ricky!
Oh yeah, that's your man's, right? Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Ricky Fontaine? I know Ricky Fontaine. The Michael Jackson boy was the boy that was with Ricky.
You talking about
The Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson.
Francis, man. What's up, Francis?
You would know him too. Anyway, man, a lot of talent in this city, I swear, man. But anything else? You got Tall Table Talk?
Tall Table Talk every Tuesday. I will be talking about what pissed me off again, and that's the uncut teeth.
Uncut teeth.
That's teeth.
That's when teeth be teeth.
That's real teeth, no dentures over there.
Yo, the funny thing is, we was at the show last night talking about when teeth be teethin'. And Reg was like, teeth ain't never teethed on me. And we was all like, what? Yo.
We had to think about it
like, oh yeah, that one time on y'all radio show. Like, yes. Yo,
That's
shout
funny.
out to Reg, man. That's the
I
whole
like
that
order,
was
man.
hilarious. Because everybody know teeth be teethin'.
The funniest thing is, for some reason, I understand what that means. I have no idea. I've never even been teethed on by teeth, and I get it.
Yeah, you know, when your folk get their bag.
Oh, dude, I know what a teeth. When Chris be Christian, he be drawing.
Exactly. So teething is like a real thorough thing.
Oh, that's funny.
It's hilarious because you gotta to know teeth is to love teeth and to love his teething. like that's what it is. But I mean, y'all can catch me on Flyboy Radio, glocawearradiostation Radio every Friday 4 to 6 p.m. The best happy hour in the world on the greatest station in the nation, man. Shout out to everybody that comes through every week and makes that happen.
Everybody.
Builds the energy. It's been a dope ride. It's as much fun as this. Like, I'm having a great time.
It's never
man.
been low key in there.
Never low. We're never low. We're never low.
Quite jovial folks.
We on helium, man. It ain't nothing but to go up, man. We ain't got no choice. That's all I'm about, man, going up. But check out the Sippin video available on YouTube featuring me and Bruno Brown on that pup. It was lit. We had a great time. Shout out to everybody that came to that. Sippin with Sammie, I think, is really about to materialize. So I got some announcements coming for y'all soon, man.
All right.
Big things them going. Check out the Sippin with Sammie. Sam Malone, iSwear EP and Sam Malone. Let's Talk About It album available everywhere, streaming now. And we get with y'all next Wednesday for more what we do.
That's right.
Let's go.
And that's right.
So as I said before, and I'll say it again, we be back.
Seen too many dark nights. That's why sometimes I leave the car park nights. And settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. They tryna tear the ghetto down. That's why I tell my homies put the metal down. Settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. Laying on the pillow, eyes wide open. Tired as hell, but can't shake my emotions. Meds don't work, need something more potent. Cause stress keeps interrupting my smoking. They say we hopeless, I know better. Say we deserve less than pets and I know better. I show better, nah bruh, I ain't perfect. Never did nobody harm who ain't deserve it. The time put in these verses seem my only outlet. And I ain't found my way out yet. So I toss, turn on the news. Country on their way to war for other dudes. Same in the streets, in other news. Homie killed the homie from his crew. Streets say he had it coming. Gotta figure out something. I'm getting too numb and I ain't running. Seen too many dark nights. That's why sometimes I leave the car park nights. And settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. They tryna tear the ghetto down. That's why I tell my homies put the metal down.